Bill?
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry, Bill. Were you asleep?
Oh, not exactly. Just dozing. Thinking.
The cockpit's flooded. What time is it, Bill?
Nearly 11 o'clock. Gee, that sun's hot, isn't it?
Listen. I have a sort of funny favor to ask of you. You know how I've always been. I've always tried to act like a man. I've lived pretty much like a man. If I start to turn sissy, don't you let me. That's all. Don't you let me.
Say, you're as good a man as I've ever flown with. I'd like to hear anyone say different. I just like to hear them. Want a drink?
No, thanks. I'm not thirsty. You take it.
Oh, you don't have to be that way. There's plenty here. All we'll need.
Okay, I will have some. Thanks.
Yeah, I think I'll have another myself. Maybe my last drink. Fresh water.
She's settling awfully fast now.
Yeah. Listen, honey. Now, if you don't want to wait, we don't have to. See this?
Yes, I see it. It's a Colt. 45, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that seems like cheating somehow.
Well, just as you say.
Would you do that for me if I asked you to?
Sure I would. We're pals, aren't we?
Yeah, we're pals. Oh, look. Look at the flying fish. Pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, they look kind of like gliders. Did you ever go for that glider stuff?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful. You're really alone up there. No noise, no motor. Just you and the sky and the clouds. And you're a part of your wings. And they're a part of you.
I don't like them. Too dangerous for me.
Oh, Bill, I wish I hadn't brought you with me.
You want to fire me?
I was just thinking of that girl of yours. She's so pretty. Say, how'd such a homely guy as you get such a pretty girl anyway?
I don't know. It's lucky, I guess. I always was lucky.
People in our line of work shouldn't plan on getting married.
Well, maybe you're right. Poor kid. I was going to take her to Honolulu on her honeymoon. She's never been around much.
Gonna fly her over?
No, we were going in style. On the boat. She doesn't like to fly.
Oh, silly girl.
Oh, she got an awful kick out of meeting you. You're sort of a hero to her, you know. She kept track of all your flights. And says she was proud as punch when you picked me to come with you this
Oh,
time.
I wish I hadn't. Oh, Bill, I wish I hadn't. She'll never forgive me.
I'll forget it. You've got your own worries.
Come on, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about how it would have been if we had made it. They'd have given a banquet for us. Have you ever been to a banquet?
No, I never was much for that social stuff.
You don't know what you've missed. They have special cold storage chickens that they save just for banquets. And special cold storage speakers, too. Oh. Did you feel that? She's settling.
Take it easy. You're not scared.
Thanks. No, I'm not scared.
You always kind of expected it, didn't you?
We all do, don't we? But not quite this soon, that's all. It'll be hard on the folks back home.
I think they always expected it, too. In a way.
I've always hoped I'd go down fast, with the struck screaming and singing, and the wind rushing with me. Sometimes, when I've been up alone, I've pointed her nose up and just held it there. I used to feel as though there was no law of gravity, nothing to pull her back to Earth. I used to think that we could just keep on climbing and climbing and climbing.
Yeah, I felt the same way myself.
Really?
Sure. I remember once, as the sun was setting, I followed it. Up and up. With the colors streaming over me and everything dark and gray underneath. But I didn't look down, I just kept on. Chasing the sun.
Oh, that's ecstasy, isn't it?
Yeah, and when I finally lost it and the world turned black, I darn near cried. That sounds silly, doesn't it?
No, it isn't silly. I've done a lot of flying for money and for other reasons. But mostly I've done it for that. And it's nice to quit with someone who understands and feels the same way.
There goes that wing, kid. It won't be long.
Bill, Will you hold my hand?
Sure, hang on to me, honey. Hang on tight.
Don't look at the water, Bill. Look at the sky. It's the bluest sky I ever saw. Not a cloud in it. I sing a lot when I fly alone. Do you ever?
Yeah, it's the only time I can sing. Then and in the shower.
Coming over from Ireland, I sang all the time. Do you remember that old one? Well, it must be from before the war, even. She's going, isn't she, Bill?
Yeah, she's going, kid.
Well, you can't live forever, can you, Bill?
Who wants to?
I remember when I was a little girl, I used to jump up and down on the bed while I sang. Come, Josephine, in my flying machine. Come, Josephine, in my flying machine, going up we go, up we go. Remember, Bill?
Yeah.
Come, Josephine, in my flying machine, going up we go, up we go. Look at the sky and sing, Bill. It's going to be beautiful.
Up, up, a little bit higher, look, look, the moon is on fire. Ladies and gentlemen, in choosing his concert hall selection tonight, Meredith Wilson has continued the public participation policy which he inaugurated last week. Just to refresh your recollection, the process is to ask someone this question. If all the music in the world were suddenly destroyed and you could choose only one composition to hear again and preserve, what piece of music would you select? This week's selection is the choice of the Good Music Club of Gary, Indiana, composed of more than 100 young music lovers. The club took a vote on Meredith's question, and they vote Schubert's Ave Maria as the music they would wish preserved. Ladies and gentlemen, Ave Maria.